Hi, so I got a new microphone and I'm going to be talking about it, I guess. That's kind of all I have to say for the intro, so let's just get straight into the video. Okay, so the microphone is the Shure SM57 and I have quite a lot of good things to say about this microphone and one or two things to keep in mind with it. So off the bat, I'm going to say this microphone is so good, especially for how much it costs. This microphone costs £100, which I think is like $110, $120. Oh, bro, left. Okay. But this is pretty cheap, especially when you consider the fact that this is only slightly more expensive than a Blue Yeti. However, what you also need to keep in mind is that with it, you would need to buy an audio interface, which can set you back anywhere from another £50 to £100. So like, I have the Focusrite Scarlett Solo, which is a really good one. I didn't really want to go much cheaper than that because once you start getting cheaper than that, you risk running into like problems with them. If you've already got an audio interface, then 100% I would recommend this microphone. And even if you don't have an audio interface and you're looking for a really good upgrade within the £160 range, yeah, instead of getting an XLR microphone, you could look at getting the SM57 with an interface and you just get much better sound quality than, say, the Blue Yeti X, which is probably the same price as this plus an interface. So the sound should be fairly similar to just how my old one sounded, but you should also be able to tell it's richer and the quality of the sound is higher, and my voice just overall has a lot more presence to it and it sounds a bit bassier, and that was a lot of the reason why I bought this microphone. You know, honestly, this microphone is really good, and the only issue really that I have with it is just its design, because it's not. So the thing with this microphone is that it doesn't come with any sort of windshield inbuilt with it, so keep that in mind. So this microphone struggles a lot with plosives. So what you'll notice a lot is whenever I'm talking, you sort of hear the sort of sound, and that will be from the air hitting the microphone. I've got a pop filter with it, but you have to buy it separately. And the one I bought was the A2WS, which personally I wouldn't recommend, but it's really well known and it goes with this microphone. So keep that in mind that the plosives on this aren't incredible. If I give you a quick example, I'll do Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. You should theoretically be able to notice that the plosive handling is not incredible. I'm just better. I'm him. I'm actually, never mind. Nah. Funny thing as well, actually, so this was not my original new microphone. At first, I bought the Shure NV7X, which was £170, I think, maybe 160, I can't remember. And it sounds very, very similar to this one. I think it sounded slightly clearer, but like really not noticeably so. Bro's going crazy. Bro's going crazy. Bro just had his main character moment. Holy shit. Yeah, the main reason I don't have that microphone anymore is because, again, it's about £60 to £70 more expensive than what I got this for. And it sounds so similar that I didn't think it was worth the money when I could have bought this one. So I ended up buying this one and returning the MV7 for the money. So I essentially saved myself like £60 to £70. There we go, GG's. But yeah, I'll put a quick sound of what the MV7 sounded like so you can tell what I mean. This is what the MV7X sounds like. So yeah, so one thing I have to keep in mind with this microphone is that as far as appearances go, it's not the most beautiful microphone you'll ever own. I don't think it looks bad. I do think it actually looks quite nice, especially if you get a good pop filter for it. It can really make the shape work. But say the MV7 or the SM7B, two really well-known microphones, I would argue look a lot better than it. So yeah, if you care about the appearance of your microphones, that's definitely something to keep in mind. But it's not a huge deal, and this one does look pretty nice. It's just, as far as microphones go, because it's so thin and small, it's not necessarily got the same on-camera look as, say, the SM7B. However, this microphone is kind of built like a tank, I'm not gonna lie. Like, you could... Like, theoretically, you won't be buying a microphone to throw it against a wall, but if you did buy a microphone for the purpose of throwing it against walls, this would be the microphone that you would buy to do that. So sorry if I sound like I'm dying. I have a cold and it is not doing wonders for me. Another great thing with this microphone is that it has a really nice proximity effect. So if I get quite close to it, you should notice my voice gets richer and has more bass to it. Right now, my filters don't really allow for it to sound amazing, but you should still be able to hear that it would in theory sound better. But yeah, so my filters make it sound way too bassy, but if you had better filters than me, you would probably get a really nice sort of radio presenter sound. But yeah, so the main difference between this and my old microphone again is sort of just the quality of the sound, because even though the sound isn't necessarily different, because my old microphone was by no means bad, you just tell that this one has more quality in how it sounds and how it sort of presents itself. I reckon I could slip past this little goober. Never mind, I didn't need to. Oh, hey buddy. Another thing as well is that this microphone is pretty good at not picking up when you touch it on the side. So if I do like... In theory, you shouldn't have been able to hear any of that. You might have heard a very tiny bit of it. But right there, I was tapping on the side and on many mics, you would have heard it a lot. On this one, it just doesn't really pick that up. Honestly, though, I am pretty happy with this microphone. It could sound better, but it sounds really nice, especially for how much it costs. And it has the same capsule as the SM7B, which is like £300 more expensive. So it's going to sound very similar to it at about a quarter of the price. See, that's sort of what I think about the microphone. It's definitely really good for how much it costs. If you want to spend the extra money on audio interface, then go ahead. If you have an audio interface, then definitely buy this one. But if you don't have an audio interface and you don't want to spend the money on it, maybe don't buy this unless you really like how this one sounds for some reason. But yeah, hopefully you enjoyed. If you did, like and subscribe, and bye.